Hi, Deb Bartok here with Hope, honoring ourselves purposefully every day. It's been a while and I'm excited to be back, and I have so many great things to share. I'm really excited for the next few episodes because we're going to talk about the natural flow of life and learning to trust the process. Sometimes we get stuck. Sometimes, like a river, we come up against rocks or rapids or even still calm. And we wonder, where am I going? What's going on in my life? How do I feel? We're going to look closer at that from different aspects. Mind, body, and spirit, all encompassing. So stay tuned. We have some exciting guests ahead. Flow state, knowing where to go, what to do, what to say, and to whom. Trusting yourself, your intuition, and the timing of all things. Being in a space of ease, peace, and certainty, while also being open to the magic unfolding in every moment. Hi, I'm here with, you tell me your name because you just introduced yourself as Leslie. I know you as LJ.
Yeah, it's Leslie Jo Retzer, but I've been nicknamed LJ years ago, so it kind of stuck. I've been LJ ever since, so.
Well, I was nicknamed Tigger years ago. Hasn't stuck though.
Oh, that I'd be grateful for.
Yeah. So, before we start, and I'm really excited with what you have to share today, are those natural curls?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
they are.
Yay! Natural Curl Club. Do you love them?
I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't when I was younger.
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
That's what I say too.
Yeah.
I say, I do now.
Yeah.
But no, not when I was younger.
No,
It was like,
I looked for every way to try and straighten them, tame them, you name it.
Yep. My mom likes to tell the story of she actually put her hair on an ironing board and put a towel over it. There are better ways now, but now I have no desire to straighten my curls.
Absolutely.
So, LJ,
Yes.
you are a transformation code facilitator.
Yes. Practitioner.
Right?
Yep.
Practitioner, okay. And today you're going to talk about a modality that you use within that frame.
I do. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so if I use the word, which is the theme of this episode, flow, you know, and I know you work with energy in this.
Yep.
So what do you think of, what can you tell me about energy flow in these products?
I'm going to introduce you to the super patches, and they are a tactile patch. You can see I'm wearing one here.
Okay.
I am. And they actually help your brain flow better.
Oh. Oh.
So they are what they call a vibro-tactile patch.
Okay.
And each and every one of them have a little pattern on them. And when it's pressed up against your skin, instantly your brain reads it. It's the same deal as if you had your eyes closed and I handed you a pen. You could feel that and go, oh, that's a pen.
Okay, so
memory,
muscle memory
and touch.
Okay.
These have a small little pattern on them, as you can see.
I can.
Okay. When it's pressed up against the skin, your brain instantly reads it.
It almost looks like a fingerprint. You won't be able to see it, but it looks like a fingerprint pattern, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's when pressed up against your skin, your brain reads it, and then depending on the patch and what they do, then your brain makes those connections within your brain here, and then your body then adjusts and make those adjustments. And because it's nanoseconds, then your brain can help your body do whatever it needs to do. Because so often in life, and whether it's trauma, just normal life, stresses, I mean, we all have those.
Right.
Those connections get disconnected, and this helps that flow be able to help your whole body
Okay.
kind of naturally come back together and,
Right.
and be able to function better. So,
So some of these are for
okay.
particular.
I'm going to go through them each, and I'm
Okay.
going to have my little cheat sheet
Okay,
just in
cheat
case
sheets.
I forget. So this and this one. This is your Liberty patch for balance and stability.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you a real short story with this one.
Okay.
Years ago, I was in 2 back-to-back car accidents.
Oh my goodness.
And that left me horribly unbalanced and unstable. I could trip over the littlest little dent in the road or whatever, or sidewalk. I fell down many stairs, and it just progressively got worse.
Oh, wow.
And somebody told me about these about a year and a half ago, and my hubby said, "You got to try them." And I said, "Well, if I have to try this one, you get to try this one, the REM patch," because he didn't sleep
Trouble
well.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. So I did, and the lady that showed them to me and presented it to me said, "Just watch, to see what the little things are." And sure enough, about a week later, I was sweeping my floor. If I moved too quickly, I would tip over.
Wow.
I'd be catching my balance. So, and I thought, I didn't fall. I didn't tip over. I didn't lose my balance. My goodness, okay. That was the first one I noticed. Then about another week later, I got to the top of my stairs, which I normally would literally hands on both rails, be one stepping it down, because otherwise I would fall.
Right.
And I turn around and I thought, I could do this. I think I can. So I did. I walked down there, I got down to the bottom, and I sat down and I cried, because I hadn't been able to do that for 15 years.
Yeah.
So this one alone, it has been incredible for me. It
Right.
really has.
And this is ongoing then? It's not something that eventually heals, it's just
Yes and no.
ongoing? Okay.
I mean, life happens no matter what.
Right.
Those things, those different things that kind of make those disconnections in life, whether, no matter what it is. And so I wear this all the time, just because that's what life is about,
Unbalance.
Yeah, unbalance. Exactly. And it doesn't help your brain flow. So
Right.
this one I do all the time.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell me about,
This next
Some of the
one
others, yeah.
is Victory.
oh,
And Victory, many athletes and professional
Okay.
athletes now use. And so
it
this
just keeps
one,
them thinking of themselves as champions while
well,
they
it
go
gives you
through.
better stamina, more
Okay.
balance and stability,
Oh, okay.
which of course you definitely need as an athletic.
Right.
Gives you more energy. Let me see
Yeah,
here.
energy is good.
Better agility.
Okay.
And they have tested even before and after and watched the huge difference,
Okay.
within themselves. Okay. So the next one I'm going to cover here is our Defend patch. This one is all about immunity,
Okay.
in helping your body improve its immunity.
Fight off
Yeah.
all the bugs that are out
Because
there.
as your brain makes these various connections, then it helps your whole body in the various areas that these help
Right.
with, and so that improves your health no matter
Right.
what. Okay?
Yeah, multi-dimensional.
Yeah. And this I love because it also helps reduce inflammation throughout your body. So, I mean, every type of disease you have out there
Right.
is an inflammation of one sort or another.
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Each and every one of these are drug-free. They are addiction-free. They do not interfere with any drugs that you might already need to be taking for whatever
Other
reason.
ailments,
Yeah. They are, let me think here. They are FDA registered.
Okay.
They also...
So they're safe.
Yes,
That
they're
was-
absolutely safe with anything and everything.
No side effects.
None at all.
Just all good ones.
Yes.
Thank you so much, LJ.
You're
And
welcome.
we will have you back to talk more about your transformation code practice.
Thank you. I would love
as
that.
a practitioner. And we will also have information that everyone can check out if they're interested, and
bet.
also on how to
Yep.
connect with you.
Oh, absolutely. Sounds
All right.
great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. LJ and I are back, and we're going to do a balance test, or she's going to do one on me. Is that what's happening?
Yes, I am.
going,
Yeah.
okay. Here we
Yeah.
go.
And I'm going to try and pull you over. So, no, honestly. I won't.
All
I
right.
won't. Okay, so I'm going to have you just stand with your feet about shoulder width apart.
Okay. I got shoes on.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I'm going to take them off just
Yep.
to be grounded,
Sure.
right? Especially
Yeah.
you're going to pull me over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then I want you to put a hand over a fist and just hold it here, okay?
Okay.
And you're going to be as relaxed as you can be, pretty well. Okay. And we're going to do a before and after. Before I put the patch on you and after,
Oh, okay.
And there's two parts to this.
Works that quickly.
It does.
Oh, okay.
It does.
Proof
So-
is going to be in the pudding here.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull on this, okay?
So pull down. Okay.
Yeah, I want you to hold this firm,
Firm.
okay?
You are going to pull me over.
I told you.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is I want you to, with your hand on your side here, make a fist with this hand.
This hand?
Okay, yeah,
But not this one?
and hold this firm. No, the rest is relaxed as you can be. That's pretty good.
Good. You see
Okay,
that?
yeah.
My foot lifted.
Okay, now
All
we're
right.
going to put a patch on you.
Okay. Which
Now,
arm? Do we
this
know?
little patch has a pattern on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. And that does matter where. Honestly, it really doesn't matter.
So it doesn't have to be closer to your heart or
Nothing.
anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's painless?
It's painless. Yeah, absolutely. Although we do have a patch for that too, for pain.
Of course.
Our freedom patch. This one right here.
Does anybody just patch up?
They do.
All the way up?
Yeah, they do. Some do.
Just call me Patches.
Okay, now
do
we're gonna
it again.
We're going to do it all over again. Okay. All right.
Okay. Oh no. Did you try as hard?
I did.
Do it
Just,
again.
You want to do it? There's so many don't believe this.
goodness.
Isn't that a huge difference?
Yes.
Already, like I said, nanoseconds. Absolutely
my
nanosecond.
goodness,
And
okay.
again, yeah. And not even a budge here.
Oh,
Unreal.
my foot stayed
It
down
did.
too. Wow.
There's the difference.
That is
We
so
have
cool.
a patch for that.
You're not getting it back.
No.
Thank you so much.
You're
That's
welcome.
so good. Wow. Proof was in the pudding.
Absolutely. Now you're in flow.
I feel it.
I feel safe in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life.
Hello, I am here with Tracy Beck, spinal flow practitioner, right? I'm so excited about this segment because it's something that I have been doing. I've been a patient of. Was that what you would call me? A client?
Client,
of. And I have noticed some significant changes. But we're going to talk a little bit about that because we don't know what to expect always, do we, with spinal flow? And it's kind of our body's decision and how fast and what we're going to heal. So Tracy, tell me what brought you to this modality?
Well, my background is actually early childhood education.
Oh, okay.
So what brought me here? Yeah, I was kind of on my own healing journey, and I was seeing a massage therapist in McGrath, and she began taking this course, and so she was practicing on me.
Okay.
And the first time that I had a session with her, I just had this overwhelming feeling that I need to learn this.
All right.
And I needed to learn this for my family.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I brushed it aside and said, oh, that's silly. You know, I'm a mom of 5 kids. I don't have time for this. This isn't my background whatsoever. And I kind of brought it up to her eventually. And she just said, oh, you could totally learn this. Anyone can learn this.
And it's fairly new.
It's fairly new. It's only been in Canada for about 2 years.
Right.
But it started in Australia, and it's huge there.
Right.
So,
Yeah, you can find YouTube videos.
yeah.
And now, who was the person who founded this? Like,
Yeah, her name's
started it.
Dr. Carly Axford.
Okay, that's
And-
that's usually where you'll be directed to.
Yeah, so if
On
you
YouTube.
Google spinal flow technique, she has a website. She'll tell you
Yeah.
everything. There's some pretty amazing stories out there.
Right, so can you share a couple? Have you had some amazing stories?
Yeah,
Yes, okay.
So when people come to see me, I generally have them come for 12 times before we do reassessments. We start with assessments and then we reassess. And we go over every single thing that they told me was an issue when we started.
Right.
And every single person that I've seen has just had so many issues either disappear or lessen.
Right.
I have a woman with fibromyalgia who doesn't have fibromyalgia anymore.
Oh, wow.
People with chronic headaches, the headaches are gone. Sleeping issues, gone. There's so many different things that just disappear when you give it a chance.
Right. So explain a little bit of the science behind.
Yeah, so with spinal flow technique, we're working with the cerebrospinal fluid. We're working to increase the flow up and down the spine. We're dealing with spinal blockages. Massage therapists, chiropractors, everyone releases blockages.
Okay.
Spinal flow technique, your body is going to release those.
Okay.
I'm going to help facilitate that to happen, but I'm not the one actually doing it. Blockages along the spine, they put pressure on the tissues, on the muscles, on the
Exactly.
nerves, on the blood,
Yeah.
and that just causes issues. So if we can get rid of those, your spine can align the way it was meant to, and you have more ease, more
Right.
wellness.
Because it's very gentle, very gentle.
It's so gentle, yeah.
Touching.
There's no manipulation.
No.
And your body will do with it what it wants to. It'll let go of whatever it's ready to let go.
So it's safe.
Yes, 100% safe.
Right.
Absolutely.
No
I've worked-
side effects.
There's
Yeah.
good side effects, and I don't want
Right.
to say bad side effects. Any change
Right.
is good because we are
Yeah.
going for better alignment. And when your body's been stuck in a certain way for years and years and years, it can be uncomfortable.
You may
Oh.
feel that change physically.
Yeah. And
And
when you
emotion.
get through it, it's so much better. But yeah, people sometimes can leave quite exhausted. People can have headaches. I
Okay.
recommend lots of water,
Right.
listen to your body, rest,
Right.
stretching, go for a walk, those type of things.
How often do you recommend your clients come?
Yeah,
To you.
so Dr. Carly Axford would have you coming every single day.
Okay.
I only work twice a week, so I generally tell people to come twice a week if they can.
Okay.
I have people that come twice a day sometimes.
Wow.
The more sessions you can get, the faster we can work through the layers of stress stored along your spine and get to what those deep issues are so they can
Right.
go away.
Right. And through your technique, you can tell pretty much where those blockages are and what they are. Like
Yeah.
there's a chemical blockage, there's an emotional. What other blockage?
And physical.
And physical.
So those are the 3 categories for spinal flow. And yeah, they are stored along the spine. We're taught in the course how to identify them, how to monitor them for change. And
Okay.
as they release, it's really amazing. I had a woman who came in when she first saw me and her tailbone was just full of inflammation.
Oh,
And now there's none left.
wow.
It's just the bone. So
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
So is this something that you think that, will it go on forever in our lives, or will there be a moment of healing where we can come less, or?
So there's what we would just call maintenance. We have
Okay.
so much stress in our lives,
Right.
and it's not going to stop.
No.
So it's kind of like if you were to get braces, you know, you have to wear that mouth guard. You have to go back to
Retainer,
the dentist once in a while, check things out. Same kind of deal.
Same kind of thing.
So yeah, I mean, I do have people that when they have an issue solved, they stop coming. But I really recommend they keep coming just to continue to feel that ease in their body and be able to work through whatever comes up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for somebody who's just learned about it, do you think that you told them everything that would answer their questions, or is there something they might want to know? Well, I'm thinking, how does that flow work in the spine? Some people don't even know there's a fluid running through their spine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so how does it become blocked?
Yeah. So again, the stress, the physical, the chemical, the emotional. Physical
Okay.
can be injuries. It can be
Okay.
repetitive movements.
Right.
Chemical can be medications we take.
Okay, so
pollutants
that's
from
really
the
good to know.
environment.
Some people just take that medication or cleaning products
Yeah.
or food.
Even food.
Right,
Absolutely.
and don't realize what it's doing.
Yeah.
And this is what it can do.
Yeah.
It can cause blockages that create problems in your body.
Your whole
and
body.
Your whole body.
Yeah. And then emotional, it can be any type of stress in your life, trauma, things from when you were a childhood, things
Right.
now. So many of us are, you know, we're a partner, we're a mother or a father, a sister, a brother,
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
We constantly have stress coming at our bodies.
we do.
So
Life is a trial.
it is.
Handle with prayer.
Yeah.
And spinal flow.
Yeah. And really, it's safe for everyone. I've worked on little tiny babies.
That's
I've worked
what
on
I was going to ask also is the age. Is there an age that's too young or too old? My mom, she she was a client until she moved to the lake, but she plans to come back, and she's 88.
Yeah, no, it's really good. My favorite actually is the little babies because you see change so quickly. They have so few blockages.
Right.
And every baby that I've worked on, the mother has told me later, wow, my baby is my baby again. You know, if they have colic or digestive problems, or I had a mom bring her baby in after vaccinations because a week later she was just so miserable, and she said that night she was back to the way she was before.
Right.
So, yeah.
So if you had a toddler that was a little bit shy and uneasy, how do you work on them while they're just playing, or do you have them laying down? Or?
So if they won't lay on the massage table for me, I have mom or dad hold them.
Okay.
And I just work along their spine. I talk to
Okay.
them. I have little kids, so I know how to.
And you have early childhood
Yeah.
education behind it.
Yeah, but we start out with really short, and then
Right.
if they can keep coming, then we can increase the length. My own children, I've let them choose music. I'll say, let's choose 3 songs to put on. And
Okay.
then that way they listen to all 3 songs, and it kind of can extend the time a little bit.
Right. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what a great to offer children, when they're first starting out, so that those blockages don't increase as they're growing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an amazing gift for your family and for all those that you work with. All right, so we are going to have you do a little demo
Sure.
on me,
Yeah, let's do it.
and we will do that shortly.
Perfect.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks.
The spinal flow is the healing intelligence of the body, which runs through your spine and nervous system.
We are in Tracy's spinal flow room, where she does her best work.
Yes.
Well, probably being a mom is your best work. But you incorporate that. And that's
do.
what's so wonderful about this. All right, so tell us what you'd like us to know before you put me on the table.
Okay, sounds good. So with spinal flow technique, we're working with your cerebrospinal fluid. We're working to increase the flow. You already have that flow within your body. Your body knows what to do. You don't have to think to make your heart beat, to make your lungs inhale. We don't have to think about any of that. So basically what I'm going to be doing is turning the key, pressing a little bit of gas, and just amping things up a little bit for you. So you'll lay down on the table, face down. I'm going to work along your spine, a little bit on your head, bottom of your feet, back of your legs. As I do that, I want you to just look inward and feel what's going on within your body. Notice change.
Okay.
If you have a hard time doing that, just focus on where my hands are and try not to fall asleep. It's very relaxing, but I want you to notice what you're feeling. So
Right.
in this session, it's going to be a little shorter than usual.
Little
but
condensed, okay.
A little condensed, yeah. But we'll see what comes out.
Right.
Overall, people leave here feeling very relaxed and
Okay.
peaceful. So,
Good.
yeah.
Sounds good. Fun and exciting.
Okay. So first, I am going to come up and just check your neck. We'll see what we can find up here. Okay, you definitely have blockages up in here. I don't know if you can feel those.
A little tighter on
A
the
little
left side.
tighter, yeah. So I'm going to have you tuck your chin towards your chest for me. We're just going to try and straighten this out a little bit. If it gets too uncomfortable during the session, you can always put it back. Your hips are out of alignment a little bit, so I'm going to use these blocks, which you can't see, but we're going to just put them under your pelvis, and it's going to lift your pelvis and allow the one side to rest a little bit more. So I'll have you lift for me. Good. This side. Good. So during the session, I will be moving these outwards a little bit, and then eventually they'll come out 100%. Don't help me with that unless I ask you to. You just get to lay there and relax. And we're going to begin. Normally I would have some music on too to help you relax, but not today. And we'll see if that helps keep you awake a little bit. So there's lots of ways the body can respond during a spinal flow session. Sometimes people will twitch. Sometimes people will begin to yawn or cough. You'll feel uncomfortable all of a sudden and need to move your arm, your leg, and that's just the body releasing. So as I make contact, I can feel the sacrum bone begin to essentially rock from the fluid going up and down the spine. We're trying to bring movement into each bone. And so when you watch this at a sped up rate, you can actually see a bit of the movement. It's really cool. And some people will have full-on movement on the table, and other people are perfectly still. It's very, very interesting. So up on the head, I am feeling the pulse of the cerebrospinal fluid. As it comes up the spine, it's filling the ventricles within the brain and creating that pulse outwards. And yours is nice and strong, which is what we want. Off Often people will tell me that's when they get the feelings of peace and relaxation, is when I'm working up on their head. Basically, your sacrum is kind of dancing. I think it's just a beautiful dance. And so I'm trying to stay on that and allow it to do what it needs to do. And keep that going. I can feel that under my finger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I know it's working. I can always feel it within the first few seconds. And sometimes the person on the table can feel it, other times they feel nothing. And that's okay, as long as I can feel it, that's all that matters.
Like a tingling sort of feeling?
Sometimes it's tingling, sometimes you feel like your pelvis is moving. You will start having those big, deep belly breaths, so you are having them right now. So instead of just breathing with your chest, your stomach's expanding as well, which brings you out of fight or flight. One of the goals here is to get your tailbone to come up as well. And so when that happens, then we know you're out. And it's good, it's starting to come up. So I'll just check you one more time here. You can feel your neck is starting to soften already. You're finished. You can get up slowly, and just remember to drink lots of water and really listen to your body the rest of the day.
All right. Yoga is the dance of every cell with the music of every breath that creates inner serenity and harmony.
We are back, and we are outside the cobblestone, the beautiful cobblestone manor, in their gazebo, their rustic gazebo. I love it here. I used to work here, as you all know, or you that have tuned into the show before know. And I miss it. I love the ambiance, and I can see my house up on the hill from here, so I feel right at home. We have with us today Jenny Hochstein. Where's that from? So your husband is?
My husband has German ancestry.
Okay,
yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunther. And we have her today here on the show, and she's going to talk to us about yoga flow and some other things. Jenny is so involved in many, many different areas, and she's such a strength to our community here in Cardston and probably around. Right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and how did we meet? Do you remember how we met? It was years ago.
I think we just met leading up to a retreat that I did.
Ah,
Yeah.
You don't remember?
Oh, you gotta tell me that story.
Well, you and your husband used to come in when I worked at the Cardston Temple. And I worked in the cafeteria, in the kitchen.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
And you would come in, and I thought it was so cute because they'd come in, and your children were obviously at home. They were probably really young then, because that would have been 8 years ago.
All right.
And you would come in, and they'd sit at a little table, and they would look at the menu, and they'd decide on every little thing that you were going to have, and you'd have it all worked out financially. You must be really good with finances.
Yeah, right.
And then you would get your food, and you'd come back and you'd share parts. Oh, it was wonderful to watch. I just loved your teamwork.
Oh, goodness.
It was great.
Oh, I love that you mentioned him because he's most of the not all of the reason, but a good portion of why I took my yoga teacher training,
Okay.
because he was trying to support me. His mantra was always, I want to give you wings. So, and so
Oh, nice.
the yoga training just kind of popped up on our radar, and it was the right price, it was the right schedule, and he just said, go for it. Just go
Right.
for it. Like, don't let it pass. And I said, yeah, I need to do it right now.
That's wonderful.
And that was 15 years ago when I was
Wow.
pregnant with my first
Okay.
baby. And so I was just entering the second trimester, and life was rough. But I always decided when I am pregnant with my first, I want to take my yoga teacher training, because I just knew that that was going to be an important step
Right.
to help me with the mothering journey.
Exactly. So, and that brings up for me that yoga is actually a spiritual practice. When you say the mothering journey, it is. It brings you into a spiritual journey, and it's not just stretching. It's not just falling over when they get you to balance on one leg. Or
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
so
yeah.
you saw that in the beginning, and you wanted that.
Oh, yeah. Well, the reason why I came to yoga was, well, I was going through a lot of hard things as a teenager, just
Okay.
processing, different mental health issues in my home and different things I was trying to overcome. And I was, trying to get different outlets. I was a rugby player and a wrestler, and that was my outlet for a while, and that was my identity for a while, until
Okay.
finally, I decided I need to find yoga, right? Like, I went to a yoga studio just on the whim, and
Good
I've
for
never
you.
stopped ever since I was
Okay.
15. Just every week, need to go to another yoga class, or once I became a teacher, I could do my own yoga classes, and it's been a beautiful journey.
What
of
you've done, and that
learning.
kind of brought us back together in the recent year,
Yeah.
year and a half,
Yeah.
is through a retreat that I went to that Jenny, you hosted, like you put on.
Yeah.
And you were the yoga facilitator there. What do you call yourself? Yoga teacher?
Yoga teacher, yeah.
Yeah. So the theme of this episode is flow and energy flow and flow of life. And so when I use the word flow, how does that pertain to yoga, to you, in your mind?
I love the word flow, because to me it percolates all possibilities. It's kind of like a flow of a river, like they
Yep.
melt from the glaciers, and it's like the water is not discriminating. It's giving life and flow
Exactly.
to all things in its path, right?
Yeah.
And so with talking about flow and with yoga, that's what I have seen in my life is, whether I need more energy, I go to yoga. Whether it's I'm too tired, I go to yoga, right? Like there's yoga for every aspect of our lives, Recently, in the last couple of years, I've been diving into women's yoga, which is very much encompassing, yoga for every season of life, as well as season of a woman's cycle, every month.
Yeah.
And how there's different poses that are for, when we're more energized and we have all the potential available to us to just do harder poses, and our balance is on and everything's on. But there's other poses that are very geared specific to, an autumn season or a winter season, where we just need more nurturing, more pampering, more
Right.
self-care, kind of
Yeah.
less challenging, but more restorative.
And which women should understand and accept, right? Because sometimes you do go through a time where you're thinking, what's going on? I don't feel
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And if you can accept that, well, there's energy flow. I may have to do a little bit of building and
Yes.
replenishing and
Yes.
in these ways.
Yes, I feel like as women, we have an amazing ability to tap into that self-mothering capacity within us.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, like
mothering ourselves.
yeah, and I didn't really find it until after around the time that I had decided to stop having children. I have 5 now, and that was 2 years ago that I had decided, and I was kind of mourning that whole idea of not having babies anymore. I just didn't even know what I was
Yeah.
going to do with myself until I stepped into this realm of, oh, but there's still self-mothering. I still have mothering
for
energy.
you.
I can have more babies that are more, like I can have projects, but I can also take good care of myself, like
Right.
as a mother would, right?
Right.
And so what does that look like? And that does look like, you know, as a mother would look at her schedule, look at her life, and put in all of the ways that she's going to help her child. That's what we need to do for ourselves. We need to see, what does our cycle look like? When are we going to be at our strongest? When are we going to be at our weakest? Keep track of those things and plan accordingly, like we would a forecast. You know, we wouldn't wear our bathing suits when it's, you know, a blizzard outside, right?
Exactly.
Like, and in the same way, we need to be incorporating, how are we going to carve out different pockets in our day and our weeks that are going to be most supportive to us because of the forecast
So
of our
talk
inner
to women who
forecast.
don't go through that cycle. More women that are a little older,
Right?
little older,
Right.
like me.
Yeah. So there's beautiful aspects that yoga can give to every stage, right?
Right.
And so, you know, I just went to a hormone yoga workshop where it was just
I
all
knew
about
hormones was going to come up.
Yeah, and it's all about allowing for the different parts of the endocrine system to be stimulated and bringing that energy to the brain so that the brain can do all the functions that it needs to do for us. And so, you know, whether we're doing yoga at one stage, like in the baby bearing phase or beyond, there's just so many aspects where yoga can enliven and stimulate. You know, one meditation that I, you know, encourage people to just consider every time we're, you know, in a child's pose position, for example, is like I allow them to just think that you're breathing in light, right? Like breathe in that light and let that light penetrate every cell in your body. And allow for that light to just radiate, you know, like allow for a glow to just encompass all of you, and don't restrict it. Don't say, oh, only these cells, not these ones, you know, like, because I think sometimes we don't realize how much light there is available to us that is just for us, but it's just for everyone too, right? Like I get people to think about, you know, just like a sunflower turns its head towards the sun throughout the day, we need to be following suit. We need to turn towards the sun. We need to turn towards light and take in all of that light as if we were like solar panels, and we need it because we do. We need to receive all the light we can so that we can be fully charged up and reach our fullest potential.
So what do you have to tell us about the spiritual aspect of yoga?
Well, it's interesting because there's a contrast, right? There's the traditional side of the yoga teachings, and there was a point in my training where I had to just kind of decide, okay, there's this information, but I believe this, right? And so, you know, there was different information that would come at me that would say things like, oh, in order to reach your highest potential in yoga, you go to a mountain and you practice yoga all by yourself, right? That's your highest potential kind of thing. Where I just thought to myself, that's not what I agree with. I actually think that my highest potential is when I'm doing yoga in the midst of my family life, right? I don't have to be all by myself, you know, without them to go into that space of sanctuary within and all of this. So that's been a really great thing for me to just be clear about what is the purpose of this for me. And also, it's actually led me in the last couple years since COVID to develop like a yoga process that is very, I guess, more true to what I understand in my spiritual side, you know? So in every pose that I'm in, I'm imagining that I'm a queen in a kingdom, right? And so when I'm opening my arms in different poses like Warrior 2 or, you know, I'm imagining that my wings are spreading across the universe and holding the whole universe, you know, and beholding that and holding it and cherishing it, right? And that my hands have the capacity to share that
and you
light.
feel that from you. You carry that on through your, as busy. I remember raising 5 children, and I don't know that I always had that light. But I had many of the same beliefs as you, and so I love that I can feel that from you. I can feel your goodness and your light and your love for all all people, not just your little ones. It's hard when you have beautiful little grandchildren later on,
Yeah, right.
not to just pour all your love into them, but I have lots to give to everybody else. Well, that is some great information, and we will have you back so that you can share some more of your wisdom with us and your knowledge. But you are going to show me a couple of poses, right? And tell us about these poses, and then we will do them.
Great, yeah. So, like I said, like I've been developing a process to be able to, embody this queen-like feeling when we're in these
So
different poses.
I'm going to feel like a queen today?
Well, I hope that you're going to be able to feel more grounded in your feminine energy, in who you are.
Which is what I work at doing. So this will be a great.
So a lot of these positions will help open up the hips and also just open up, the side of the body and, opening the chest, like that heart zone, where us as women, we have such great hearts, and it's so nice to be able to open up the heart so that all that good energy can flow back into the heart and not just be giving, but also giving back to that area that we're so easy to
while
give
we're
away.
Nurturing ourselves.
Yeah.
And mothering ourselves. That's beautiful. Thanks, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Rise and shine, flow and align. Poetry is hard. Yoga.
We are back with Jenny, and she's going to show us some yoga poses. I'm going to actually do them with her.
Great. So this is going to be a sequence kind of before and after a goddess pose. That's a very typical woman energy kind of pose like this. But leading up to it, I love to do something like this where we're really warming up the hips. I call it women at the well. We're just scooping what I call living waters, just imagining this abundance that is just for us to scoop and then bring it in. And then I imagine us filling ourselves up, kind of like where we have a vessel inside of us, just filling all the way up with light. And then we have this wellspring where we're just sharing that light and water with all that we usually do anyways, but we fill ourselves up first. And then we allow for the wind to brush through, and we allow for our feet to be firmly planted.
So how are we breathing while we do this?
So we are inhaling long, exhaling long. Inhale to one side, exhale other side. And then we'll reach up. This is what I like to call lightning rod of hope. We're just reaching for that light. Other side. And then we'll bring it up.
The sun is
Goddess
beautiful.
pose. And this is where I like to bring into the calves, just allowing for those calves to have a bit more of an
can feel
exercise.
that.
Coming onto our tippy toes. And back to center. And if we're feeling ambitious, we can touch down for a windmill. Looking up, other side. And then hands to the toes. And to the other side. Hands to the elbows, just swaying gently from side to side as we slowly raise one vertebrae at a time. Hands to heart center. And then we'll come back to center here. Inhale, reaching fingers upward. Exhale to the side into a crescent moon. Inhale, fingers up. Exhale, other side.
So tell me about the importance of breathing in yoga.
Well, breathing in yoga, all of yoga really, is kind of a simulation for life, right?
Isn't yoga like posture, breathing, and meditation together?
Yeah, it's that and other things.
Okay.
But with the breathing specifically, it's this inhale and exhale, right? And it's just like in a day, you can't have too many inhales and then not exhale, right? It's this balance of both.
Right.
And so the inhale is kind of symbolic of when we're getting ready to do something hard, and the exhale is when we're doing something hard. So it's
Okay.
like you inhale to get
Okay.
ready, and then when you're in the pose, you're exhaling,
Oh, okay.
kind of thing. Or when you're
That
switching
makes sense.
movements, you're inhaling, and then you're exhaling when you're fully
Right.
in the pose.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That connects.
Yeah, so that's why there's so
Right.
much of this back and forth of inhale, exhale.
Right.
It's not just exhale, exhale, exhale.
No. And so if
Um,
you know that it's when you're getting ready, inhale, when you're doing the pose for anything
Yeah.
that's exercise. Or,
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
So nice to have you. And we'll have you back.
Okay, sounds
Thanks,
great.
Jenny. During Coach's Corner today, I want to talk about breath flow, the importance of breathing and allowing our breath to flow. Of course, we know the oxygen that it supplies our body, our brain. It's so important to be breathing. I remember years ago when my daughter was horsing around, she was learning to jump her horse, and her horse was an Arab, feisty girl named Sweet Roper Valentine. We called her Val. She was a beautiful horse, but when we bought her, she was green, and our little 11-year-old was green also. We were told that putting a green rider on a green horse would make for black and blue, but it would teach her, our daughter, how to ride her horse, how to ride any horse, how to train her, instead of the alternative, which was a sweet little pony named Soda Pop. Brianna would have been able to ride on her, and she would have done everything she knew that she was supposed to do, the horse would have, and there would have been barely any learning for our daughter. Anyways, one day, let's get to the point of breathing. One day, I was watching her as she was heading up, bareback, to a jump. And all of a sudden, I felt a hand on my arm, and one of the other moms said, "Breathe, Mom, breathe." I didn't even realize, but every time she was heading to a jump, I would stop breathing. I would tense up and stop breathing. And that's the worst thing that we can do when we're stressed out, is to stop breathing. And we don't even realize that that's what we're doing. We just kind of hold our breath. Okay, okay. Not good. One of the breathing techniques that I'm going to share with you is called the 4-6 method. It's one of my favorites. There are so many. What you do is you breathe in, and you want to breathe deep into your diaphragm and your lungs for 4 through your nose, and then out through your mouth for 6. You can breathe in for 5 or 6 and out 7 or 8. Doesn't really matter as long as the out breath is longer than the in breath. So let's give that a try. Here we go. Easy. And you feel rejuvenated. You feel great. You feel calmed. Breathing is so important. I mean, we know that breathing is important, but deliberate breathing, making sure that you're keeping that flow, breathing deeply in, out, just calms everything. It de-stresses. It puts oxygen to the brain, throughout the body and to the brain, which we need to survive and to thrive.
I am rooted, but I flow.
All right, now I'm going to share with you something that's really exciting that I found in the past month or two. Dr. Dennis Wilson actually came up with this after much research, and he and his daughter have videos on YouTube. We'll have links to them, so I'm not going to share a lot about it, but I'm going to give you a little demo of faster size, in particular, shiver size. Well, we'll talk a little bit about tighter size too. So there's two parts of faster size, shiver size and tighter size. And they both help the mitochondria, which is so important in our body for energy and flow and just overall health. All right, so one of the things about tighter size is you are tightening your muscles. So I'm just going to show you one. You shorten your muscles, so we're going to work on these biceps. We're going to shorten them first, right? If they're long right now, long, and we're going to shorten them, and then just tighten them. Just for a couple seconds, and you go through the body. There's a butterfly where you tighten and just go up. Ah, feels good. This faster size is supposed to be like having a full body workout in the gym for 20 minutes to an hour. And all you're supposed to do is about 5 times a day for 1 minute, in particular the shiver size. So now I'm going to demonstrate shiver size. What you want to do is start moving your body like you're going for a jog. So arms are set like this, and the feet, you can see the feet, like I'm running up and down. And then we're going to speed up that movement. And we're going to do it for a whole minute. And afterwards, I'm going to be out of breath. If you want to try it with me, stand up and let's go. Here we go. So it's like running really fast. Shake, 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 shake. You want every part of your body to shake. I think my cheeks are shaking. My face. Here we go. Shake, 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 shake. All right, I think we've done it for 15 seconds. We're going to go on for another 45. Here we go. Okay, we can move our hands if we want a little bit different. You see me shaking? Shake, 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 shake. You really start to feel it, just like you're doing a full run workout. Shake, 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 shake. There's one on your back, laying on your back with your feet up and your hands up, called I think it's called the dying crab or something silly like that. We'll put more information in a link for you to read. Here we go. Let's shake it out for the last 10 seconds. Here we go. Whew. I'm out of breath. Great workout. Do that 5 times throughout the day. It also is an appetite suppressor. So if you don't want to eat extra, but you are eating what you should eat, then you can just do faster size anywhere. You can do it anywhere, at work, behind your desk. Just shake. And your appetite will leave, and you'll feel rejuvenated and energized.
What is faster size? Faster size is a new approach to fitness that involves short bursts of instinctive exercise, usually less than a minute, that push off hunger and greatly amplify the signal for the body to feed off its own energy stores of fat and glycogen.